Trinity University Tigers started the season off with 8 straight wins here at Paul McGinley Field. Then they had to go on the road. They became road warriors. 3 straight victories, all in dramatic fashion at the University of St. Thomas, TLU, and most recently, Southwestern. They are 11-0, a best start to a season since 2016 for Trinity. Number 2 in the nation coming into tonight's game. And they're going to have a raucous home crowd behind them as they look to add win number 12 to their resume. The starting 11 for the visitors, the Austin College Kangaroos. Number 5, Nick Kazanis. 7, Diego Rodriguez. 12, Logan Newman. 13, Jacob Techley. 14, Xander Spurlock, senior from Frisco Liberty. 24, Luke Keenan. 26, Daniel Gomez. 27, Kyle Neiman. 30, Connor Tulis. 41, Kenneth Kienley. And 39, Louis Catchpole in searing hot form with 5 goals in his last 4 games. He'll be the one to watch for the Roos. Plenty to watch for on the Trinity side as you see the starting 11 on your screen. Juan Carlos Vidalis returns in between the sticks for Coach McGinley in the absence of Austin Willman, who misses out through injury. They get the senior goalkeeper back at just the right time. It's the same back 4 that started the last couple of games on the road. Eubank, Johnston, Galan, and Velos. Midfield 3 of Jake Simon, Joe Curry, and Fraser Burns, with Michael Pham out today in an injury. Phil Dueñez leads the line with Chen Adji to his right, and SCAC Offensive Player of the Week, Hunter Kane, to his left. It'll be a final huddle for both teams. For Austin College out on the field, for Trinity down to my right. Celebrating Friends and Family Weekend here on campus. Started off with a huge women's soccer victory, 9-0 over the Austin College Roos, in which they celebrated their senior night. For Trinity men's soccer, that'll be next weekend, and they'll hope to head into next weekend 13-0. First challenge coming up in front of them, the Austin College Roos. Last time the Roos were here to face off against Trinity, they won. The only time they've ever won against the Tigers, and it was here at Paul McGinley Field, 2-0 back in 2019. Ahmet Ramovich and Cesar Escobar able to defeat Trinity with 2 goals, despite 12 shots on target for the home team in that one. And they hope to put that behind them. They hope to continue the momentum as they'll huddle up one last time. Austin College ready to go through Catchpole, their leading scorer this season. Austin College, as you saw earlier on the graphic, 2-8, 0-2 in conference to start SCAC play. Dropped games at the University of Dallas and at home against Colorado, both by a score of 3-2. They've been putting up a good fight over the last couple of games, but nothing to show for it so far. Can they rekindle the success of 2019? Or will the number 2 team in the country hold their home turf? We're about to find out here on the Tiger Network. Catchpole passes it back. The ball is rolling. We're underway here at Paul McGinley Field, where you can immediately see the conditions suboptimal. Storm rolling in just a couple hours before the kickoff of the women's game means the field is far from its best state. And that'll be something to watch for as the ball skids a little more than it normally would. Bobbles at times, especially at the bottom of your screen where you can see there's a channel of just really torn up turf. Early free kick for Austin College is sent towards the back post. Eubank shielding it out of play. Goal kick coming. First involvement for Vidalis back in the lineup. He's dealing with an ankle injury. Seems to be moving freely once again. Don't have to do a ton of running, obviously, as a goalkeeper, but you have to be assured. You have to be able to get some spring in your dives. And Vidalis finally feels he can do that once again. He's back in where Willman deputized for him very effectively as well. Over 8 games, 7 of those starts for the junior out of England. Trinity haven't been there tightest at the back this season, but they've made up for that by scoring over 3 a game so far. Conceded 2 in each of those 3 road victories. The first 2 of which they won 3-2, and then they ran out 5-2 winners at Southwestern against a team that had not conceded for 6 games prior. As that one bounces out of play. And we have to take evasive action to protect the camera. As Johnston looks for the ball forward into the feet of Burns. Couldn't connect with Dueñez. See Burns wanted Dueñez just to occupy that last defender. Not on the same page that time. Ball in behind, defended by Johnson, who for the first time in his long Trinity career, now in his 6th season, the former All-American was named SCAC Defensive Player of the Week for those performances on the road. I couldn't believe it, honestly, for Johnston, who had a double-digit scoring season in which he was named an All-American. He never picked up a SCAC Defensive Player of the Week award. You can finally check that one off the list for the 6th-year senior out of Northampton, England. Simon wanted to go for the back pass. It cannons off the ruse, out for a Trinity throw. Over the course of the road trip, Jack Eubank won his starting position as the left back. He started a couple of games before that as the left midfielder, and that means Veloz is back onto the right side, which suits his favored right foot. Something to look for as Galan is in the center of defense alongside Johnson. Of course, no JC rule for Trinity. Season-ending knee injuries going under the knife today, so if he's tuned in, JC, we wish you well. As Kane applying the pressure high up the field. Burns also puts the defender under and forces the mistake. It's out for a Trinity throw, taken quickly by Veloz. Lofted into the path of Burns. Spurlock drops it back for Tulis, the goalkeeper. The clearance doesn't stop the pressure. And as Trinity immediately going once again, they give it up. Here's Diego Rodriguez. Kinley tries to turn Eubank. He's able to suss out the dummy that Kinley tried to put on him. And now lifting it behind for Hunter Kane to chase. Kazanis across. Kane always going to put you under pressure as a defender. Now up to 5 goals and 5 assists on the season. Finally recognized by the conference with that Offensive Player of the Week award. It's been a stellar first season. And not even he could believe the contribution he's been able to make to the team. I have to check out the interview he did with SCAC Associate Commissioner Russell Kramer. Check that one out on the SCAC website. There's a few interviews with Michael Meese on there as well, who we might see later today. Keep an eye on that one. Suited up and potentially ready for action finally after an electric start to his Trinity career. Newman tries to help it on, but Curry gets possession back for Trinity. Johnston out to his left for Eubank. Easily past Kienle and poked in behind for Adji. Rodriguez there first. Tulis surveys the options, takes an extra touch. Dueñez closing him down. And Burns gets ahead to it, straight from the goalkeeper's kick. In behind now for Adji. Dueñez makes his run in the penalty area. It's cut back for Kane. Cleared away by the Ruse. Simon keeps it ticking along there at the base of midfield, keeps the pressure on. Goes back to Johnston. You can go to Galan, who's got all kinds of space to bring it into the attack. Kane able to turn. And now for Burns, back to Curry. Joe Curry, 1-0. Terrific build-up for the Tigers, and Joe Curry At long last on the score sheet. The ball from Burns, inch perfect. Curry able to get it out of his feet in time to place the ball in the back of the net. What a start for the Tigers. Joe Curry has started every game. He's one of just a few players to do so this year, and he's been involved. Just had one assist to his name coming into tonight, and I don't think that necessarily reflected his contribution. He finally gets his goal. Burns gets his 4th assist of the year. That play started by Hunter Kane as well. He may even be credited with an assist as Trinity looking to add to it right away. Burns took a heavy touch. Adji now back on the right. Now here's Kane. Kane lines up the shot from distance. 2-0 already. Hunter Kane on the score sheet again, and Trinity strike twice in a minute. And that takes the sting out of things for the Roos. Couldn't settle in after the first goal. And this is how it happened. Adji picking up the loose ball. Hunter Kane floating just in front of the back line where he loves to find the ball. He loves to shoot from distance. He loves to find the back of the net. He's done it once again. Already a goal and assist in 7 minutes, matching his contribution across the 90 against Southwestern last week. Trinity on fire, even with Meese on the bench to start today. It's been an offense that we've really missed over the past few seasons. Finally returning to form, finally returning to the precedent set by teams past. And it's come from everywhere, specifically Hunter Kane and Michael Meese. But Burns has played his part. Adji, Dueñez as well, who lays this one back to the Scotsman. Eubank now comes forward down the left. Somerville with 4 goals as well. Comes off the bench today. There's been a couple prolific players in there. There's also been a really solid team attack for Trinity. Already 11 goals scored by the White and Maroon today across the women's and men's game. And we're only 100 minutes or so into the action. Austin College goes short from the goal kick. Still, we're licking their wounds from the first goal when Kane struck from distance to add the second. That's Johnson involved in the coming together there in the center circle. Eubank whistled for the foul. And Diego Rodriguez will set up for the free kick. Plays it back to Jacob Teckley, the senior out of Plano. Making his 23rd appearance for the Roos today. He's got 4 goals, including 3 this year. It's a 3-game scoring streak, along with Catchpole against McMurray and the University of Dallas. Burns plays it wide for Hunter Kane. Long ball for Dueñez to chase. And Trinity now applying the pressure high up the field as Burns and Kane come to support. Curry. Sweet back heel to Eubank. Another back heel from Burns. Here's Curry. Might think about the shot from distance. He'll cut back. Fraser Burns couldn't connect with Dueñez. Trinity already turning on the style here. Just 10 minutes gone on a beautiful Friday night under the lights here at Paul McGinley Field. Galan forward for Adji. Simon, the Ball wide for Eubank, who takes it inside. Space for Jack Eubank. Couldn't connect with a teammate that time. Not every Trinity attack ending with a goal, even if it might feel like it for the Roos. Scored 11 in 3 games on the road. And they brought that same goal-scoring form back home in front of the Trinity fans. What a start. And Burns again wins the header straight from the goal kick. He's been active with and against the ball. Kane lifts it in behind. Here's a chance for Dueñez. Stabs it goalward. Save made by Connor Tulis. This pressure from the front, too much to handle right now for the visitors. Finally able to get past Kane. And Rodriguez lofts that one all the way through to the goalkeeper. Galan looks off catch pole. Adji, sharp turn. Lays it off for Curry. Comes into the swampy section of the field. Now Adji on the drive. Eubank wanted to return it to him, as Rodriguez puts that one into the neighborhood next door. Burns back to Curry. Those two have shown a real understanding in the opening 12 minutes of this game. The two players that have started every game for the Tigers. And they built chemistry in that midfield, starting to pay dividends. Kane put the pressure on there. The Roos work it to Rodriguez. Newman couldn't keep it. Johnson was up from the back. Make his life difficult. Dueñez pucks it out of the sky, pokes it wide for Adji. It's offside. And we'll see how close this one was. Ended up being a bang-bang call for the assistant referee on the far side. This Catchpole gets a touch on the ball there. He's had precious few so far. 5 goals in 4 games for him coming into this one. 4 straight with a goal. Helped the team to its 2 wins in a non-conference game against the University of Dallas as well as McMurray. They scored in consecutive defeats as well in the conference matchup with Dallas and Colorado College. Dueñez leaves his defender on the ground, cuts the ball back all the way through, and it had to be the third. We'll see on the replay. It was great work from Dueñez, as I think even he was surprised at how well the step over worked. He was really dynamic there to get to the byline, cut it back, and Curry couldn't add his second to the game. Might have taken it off the foot of Adji as well. It's on the ball here. Ball forward for Dueñez. He's all about a step over now. Burns runs into, I don't know what you call a herd of kangaroos. Get that for you as we get into the rest of this game. Galan with time on the ball. Gets it back from Simon. Got a really satisfying piece of trivia for you. A group of kangaroos is called a mob. Might just have to use that one going forward. Just 15 minutes gone. Trinity already in firm control of this one, 2-0. Friends and Family Weekend has been spectacular to watch if you're a Trinity fan. Still with plenty of time to go and a couple more games coming on Sunday. Kane drops it off for Jacob Gallant. He switched momentarily with Jack Eubank. He's got the ball now as the left back, Hunter Kane. He's listed as a defender on the roster. That's where he played in high school. Despite the pretty clear instinct for goal that he's shown since pulling on the white and maroon. He works getting to the box here as the ball's lifted in for Adji. Oh, he's gone for the spectacular, and he's guided it on target. That would have been quite something. You could see he was really working to keep that one on target. Didn't get a ton of power in it. And couldn't catch the keeper off guard, but boy, did it look good. Great effort for the junior out of Euless. Rodriguez goes long. Catch pole wanted it to his feet. And the junior out of Phoenix, Arizona, now in an argument with the bench. Johnston for Burns, wide now for Eubank. Johnston into the attack now. He'll have a pop from distance, drags it wide to the near post. Johnston maybe emboldened by that Conference Player of the Week award. And the captain's armband on his right arm for the first time this season. He's in the back line alongside fellow captain Jacob Gallant. Looks like he's picked that one up off Michael Pham, who's out today with an injury. Velos, perfect switch to the feet of Hunter Kane. Eubank went on the overlap, and it's poked out for a Trinity throw. Boston College winning 2-0 here in 2019, and Trinity have put that to bed quickly. They lead by the same score after rapid-fire goals here in the first half to open the scoring. Both goals coming in the 7th minute from Joe Curry and Hunter Kane. Here's Burns. Finds the space to operate in, puts it wide for Eubank. Wanted to lift it towards the back post. Too much on it. But Trinity and Burns in particular finding all the space they need to pull the strings, create danger. As Velos whistled for a foul. Xander Spurlock, the senior, wearing the captain's armband for the Roos. Takes the free kick, goes back. Here it is with Kazanis. Touch for Catchpole, who dropped deep. Ball lifted in behind. Dealt with by Vidalis. Pressure here on Tulis, the goalkeeper. Perfect ball for Louis Catchpole. Settled it at the feet of a teammate. Simon. 2 tackles in rapid succession. And he's got the Tigers going the other way. Adji's offside as he laid it across for Kane. Couldn't quite hold his run. That all started with Jake Simon in the center circle. Teckley, another captain for the Roos. Spurlock Gets it back now from Techley. It's on a charge. Comes centrally. Ball coughed up for Hunter Kane, and now Adji bears down on the goal. Fires a shot low, and the rebound looks like it might be there for Hunter Kane. Matulis was back onto it. 20th career game for Connor Tulis. Started every game this year except for a 5-0 non-conference loss at Colorado College. Not a bad one to miss for Connor. Graduate of Dallas Jesuit High School. The Roos look to work it down their left, but Trinity have regained possession, and Veloz has kept it in. Puts it across all the way through. Too much on it for Dueñez. Dueñez with an all-important goal at the University of St. Thomas. Hasn't been a frequent scorer despite leading the line for Trinity, but his energy's been infectious. He's got 2 goals and an assist, and I don't think that quite conveys his contribution to the team. As again, he puts the Roos under pressure. He assisted Kyle Davis for the 5th Trinity goal at Southwestern. As Simon puts in another tackle, out for a throw. Catch ball helps it on. Space down the left for Techley. 2 to his right. He tries to go up alone. Well defended by Johnston. First real moment of danger in the Trinity half. And they're looking to turn that into danger at the other end as Burns takes all the space he's afforded. Lays it wide for Eubank. Eubank. Great whip on the ball. Intended for Dueñez. Headed clear before it could reach him. Game getting stretched. And there's space here at the bottom of your screen for Kinley. Johnston across to deal with it. Falls for Newman. And Rodriguez plays it straight out of play. Put under pressure by Hunter Kane. Six goals and 6 assists for Hunter Kane in 12 appearances. Just 4 starts after today. Between he and Michael Meese leading the way offensively. It's a pair of new faces who have looked like the finishing touch to a terrific supporting cast that had been assembled over the past few years. The likes of Fraser Burns, Shin Adji, Dueñez, Jones, Downs, the list goes on. Finding those lethal goal scorers, always the hardest thing to do out on the recruiting trail. And it looks like for Coach Paul McGinley, he's found 2 in 1 year. As Kane skips past his defender, pokes it in behind now for Dueñez. He's beaten to it by the out-rushing goalkeeper. And the roll out from the goalkeeper, nearly intercepted by Burns. The pass forward is intercepted by Johnston. He's got time on the ball. He'll go back for Jacob Gallant. Shifted back in as a center back now. With Rule out for the season. Blanc on the bench today. He's dealing with an injury as well. He's in uniform, so available. Johnston thought about the ball out for Eubank. It's now on a foray into midfield. Switched with Simon here in the build-up as it's lifted in behind for Hunter Kane. Flag stays down. Dueñez makes the run. It's laid to the top of the box for Johnston. Stings the palms of the keeper. And Dueñez turns home the rebound, but he's offside. Second time already, Johnston has come forward. Got a shot away. That one proved a real challenge for Connor Toulis. It took everything he had to keep it out. And it looks like we might have All-American Brady Johnston back at long last. The goal-scoring threat, the solid defender, the hard-nosed tackler. Speaking of back, Michael Meese is about to enter the game alongside Connor Jones and Jack Downs. Meese last played against Colorado College back in September. Joiniez working to make an impact before he's likely replaced here. It's wide with Adji. Back to Jake Simon. Johnston might think about another shot here. Sits the defender down with the shot fake. Finally runs out of ideas. Coming up from the back. Lays it off for a teammate. Here's Simon now. Only Golan behind him. Everybody else in search of space, in search of the incisive pass or the shot to add to an already comfortable 2-goal advantage. Simon, the ball into the penalty area, towards the back post. All right, it's put across. No one on the end of it. And the Roos able to get it clear, but Johnston's there first. Johnston within range once again on the dribble. Fires the third shot already here in the first half. He's really looking for another goal to go with the game winner against TLU last weekend. Here come the subs now. Here comes the return of the conference's top goal scorer, as Joiniez, Burns, and Adji are replaced. 8 goals for Michael Meese so far. He scored in all 7 appearances. The Trinity record, according to Coach McGinley, and he's usually pretty reliable about that type of thing, is 9 straight. Obviously, he's missed a few games through injury. Nothing he can do about that. So he's got to score both this weekend to equal that record. And he's on here with 16:54 remaining in the first half. Looking to do so as Jones tries to settle it 20 yards from goal. Eventually finds the feet of Jack Eubank. Catchpole sprints across to put the pressure on Galan. Can't pick out a teammate, and there may be a chance on the counter. Numbers still favoring Trinity, but support coming for the Roos. Now settle it back with Diego Rodriguez, the right back. A moment of possession here for Austin College. They can catch their breath, look to create something, get back into this game. Johnston wide for Kane, who's got time. He's got Meese, made the run ahead of him. He'll drive inside himself. Gets it back from Jack Downs. Approaching shooting range, and Kane has a shot. Drags it wide. He's got the green light from there now after a couple of goals from long range already into that goal. 3 in total if you count a goal against Carthage in preseason. Curry to Downs, in behind now for Meese. Curry all alone in the penalty area. Meese puts it across. It comes for Jones. Connor Jones is back. And he's back on the score sheet. And you love to see it. for Connor Jones, who missed the start of the season with an injury. And he's congratulated by his teammates here as the reward for all his hard work, all the rehab, all the minutes in training, the frustrating nights where you're not out on the field when you want to be. It's all rewarded there with that goal. The third for Trinity on the night, assisted by Michael Meese, who's already made an impact coming off the bench. Curry puts the pressure on high up the field. It settles for Jones. And behind for Velos. Will give chase. Has to be careful not to foul as it's dropped back to Connor Tulis. For a fourth straight game, Trinity have got 3 or more goals. Obviously, still 60 minutes to add to it here. And Jack Downs approaches the penalty area, fires the shot low. And Tulis nearly spilled it to Michael Meese. I think we knew what was going to happen next if he didn't gather the loose ball. The happy memories for Austin College of their only victory over Trinity here in 2019 now put well back into the rearview mirror. As the conference leading offense, the number 2 team in the nation, proved too much to handle for the Roos. The depth of Trinity as well, with the likes of Meese, Jones, Downs, all coming off the bench, contributing to that third goal. These players are of the caliber, they'd start almost anywhere. The competition so fierce to get into the Trinity starting 11, they've got to make their impact off the bench. And with team chemistry and with 4 years to build rapport with the likes of Jones and the other seniors, it just seems like the environment is there where everyone's hungry. Starter, bench player, reserve. Everyone's excited. They know they'll get their chance to get out on the field to maybe find a goal, contribute to another win. It's Kane with the back heel to Eubank. Meese beaten to it that time by Keenan. Teckley lays it off for Newman, who fights his way through a couple of challenges. Wide now on the left for Austin College. Cesar Escobar tries to get to the end line, but Velos denies him that opportunity. Presents him with a corner kick instead. Rodolfo Garcia, the senior from El Paso, will be the next change for Coach Hudson. 43rd appearance in Austin College colors for Garcia. Scored his only goal at the collegiate level this year against ETBU. Kinley checks short. Plenty of movement in the penalty area. It's sent right on top of the goalkeeper. But the Roos couldn't turn it goalwards. The chance was there. Xander Spurlock with a shot that stings the palms of Vidalis, who's called into action for the first time. Quickly gets it out wide for Jones, who can isolate his defender 1v1. Defender was Jacob Teckley, who did well. The sliding tackle to win it back. Good spell of possession here for Austin College. Spurlock has now gone the closest for the Roos with that shot from long range. Ball lifted in behind here and poked goalwards. by the substitute Garcia. Meese gets a touch here in the build-up, lays it off for Simon. All the way back to Vidalis as 3 more changes coming for Coach McGinley as we approach the 10-minute remaining mark here in the first half. Long ball. Settled by Jack Downs. The delicate first touch laid at the feet of Hunter Kane, who prefers to smack it with power. Just enough power to reach Connor Jones on the far side. His cross cleared away. And a mistake at the back, and here's a chance for Kane. And he's done it again. Before the keeper could even blink, it was past him. He's put the conference on watch this year, and he continues to lead the way offensively for Trinity. Now up to 7 goals on the season, 2 tonight. Coming from tenacious hard work and a lethal left foot.
Goal for the Tigers, number 32, Hunter Kane.
Simon, Kane, and Curry replaced here. Kyle Davis, Peter Blanc. And I'm missing the 3rd substitute. Thorstein Steinerson on it right back. That's pushed Velos out to left. He's come across to try and deny the service in. He was unable to do so, but Vidalis able to claim. Here's Kyle Davis. Fresh off scoring the 5th goal for Trinity against Southwestern last week. Eubank whistled for offside. He can't quite believe it. Freedom now to go forward for Jack Eubank with Velos behind him. Johnston wins it in the air, puts it out for an Austin College throw. It's the 25th meeting between the two teams. I've mentioned a couple times already the victory here for Austin College. That's their only one, so it's 23-1 in favor of Trinity. And we look well on our way to win number 24 in the all-time series. It's been Hunter Kane doing the damage. 2 goals and an assist here in the first half. As Kienle gets beyond Velos, who's able to pick his pocket from behind. Still not cleared, though. The low ball in, defended by Galan and gathered by Vidalis. It's not been entirely assured at the back for Trinity, although it's difficult to keep the intensity up when your attack has been as prolific as we've seen tonight. Downs lays it back to Steinerson, making his first appearance here at Paul McGinley Field this season. Good to see him back. He's another one that struggled with injuries to start the year. Obviously faced with competition from Velos, but also his fellow Icelandic player. As the ball is wide here now for Eubank. He had a chance to shoot himself. Einar Gunnlaugsson, the other Icelandic right back that's providing depth today behind Steinerson by the looks of things. Johnston and Galan now replaced by Baker and Islam. As the starting 11 almost completely rotated, save for the 2 fullbacks who've switched positions to accommodate the changes. So Islam out of Sugar Land, Texas, and Jake Baker out of East Sussex, England. Look to form a partnership here with 6.5 to go in the first half. With Steinerson to their right, Velos to their left. And a comfortable 4-0 advantage on the scoreboard. Blanc sends it forward for Meese. Downs looking to settle it. Bounces up over the head of the Sheffield, England native. Spurlock tidy in possession. Teckley lays it off for Kazanis. Held up play there for Barrios. Rodriguez goes back to Keenan. Luckily gets it here with Jack Downs on his back. Rodriguez pass intercepted by Blanc. Eubank couldn't do anything with it. There's something so Dutch about Peter Blanc using the cleats on the bottom of his foot just to intercept that pass. Something so under control, assured. Kazanis has the ball here with some time. He goes forward for Teckley. It's chased back to center back, Nick Kazanis, senior from J.J. Pierce High School. Played with Connor Jones, who's matched up against him right now, down the Trinity right. Baker looking to be progressive here from the back. He's got the ball well weighted for Meese, who was inches offside. Even though it results in a restart for Austin College, that'll build confidence for the young center back. His distribution was on point. And he gets a foot on the following free kick. Davis down the line, can't connect with Jones. But he's one of throw-in for his team. Will be taken by Steinerson. Garcia runs out of real estate at the halfway line. Baker switches the play for Islam. Velos feigns inside, feigns outside, goes back to the senior center back. Baker lifts it in behind for Jones to chase. He's up against Spurlock. And that one runs out of play, though Jones won't mind that type of service from the back. Steinerson's throw in for Downs. He gets it back. Lays it off for Baker. Go home for Vidales, who returns it to him. Baker can't connect with Downs. Spurlock able to play out of the pressure. Blanc limping away from that tackle. It looks like he's got flat tired. Someone stepped on his heel or his shoe came off. He gets back now into defensive position. Steinerson doing just enough against Escobar. Teckley goes to ground and he's feeling it here. It's lifted in behind for Michael Meese at the other end. Tulis did enough. Downs leaping for the loose ball, beaten to it by Kazanis. Not the most attractive build-up here for Trinity, but it results in a free kick coming and a yellow card coming for Xander Spurlock. Referee seeing this one as cynical to stop the counter-attack. There'll be a chance for Jake Baker and Armand Islam to come up from the back. You see Spurlock always going to come and bring Connor Jones to ground. It's going to be either Eubank or Connor Jones himself to take this with 1:54 on the clock. Trinity men looking to match the women's team who put up 5 in the first half against Austin College earlier today. Eubank, good ball in, and Meese has his goal. He's back, ladies and gentlemen, like he never left. Eubank, another assist from the set piece. The service was perfect. And Michael Meese nods home at the near post for 5-0. And we'll get a look at it here. It was only a matter of time. He doesn't need more than one chance. It's a perfect header. And he's approaching double digits. He's already leading the conference in goals. Scored in every game for the Tigers. And he doesn't look like stopping now. What a first half performance. By far the best we've seen for Trinity, maybe in years even. Certainly this season. And then looking to pour it on here as Jones tries to go the long way around the outside of Spurlock. It's back in the arms of Tulis. Austin College punched in the mouth twice in the 7th minute. And Trinity haven't looked back. Connor Jones in the 30th, Hunter Kane in the 36th, and now Michael Meese a minute from time. Speaking of a minute,
1 minute.
James, our PA announcer, letting you know only seconds remain here in the first half. Islam wants to go long. Eubank fouled, and he'll get a chance to put another ball into the box here as the final seconds of the first half tick down. This should be the last kick, and it will be Jack Downs rather than Jack Eubank. Right-footed service. Great arc on it. Helped on by Meese at the near post. Wide of target. And that should do it. Trinity looking every part.
10 seconds.
The number 2 team in the country. 17 shots, 10 on target for them here in the first half. 5 in the back of the net. 4 different goal scorers. It was Hunter Kane who struck twice and provided an assist as well. Let's take a look at the scoring action. A great dummy for Curry, who gets it back from Fraser Burns. Terrific build-up for the Trinity opener. And then Hunter Kane struck again. He struck from long distance again, as that one dipped into the bottom corner off the assist from Adji. And then Meese puts it across for Jones, who on his comeback from injury here at Paul McGinley Field was able to mark it with a goal before Hunter Kane left Connor Tulis right where he stood for the 4th, and Meese headed home. The perfect finish for the 5th. Nothing more you could ask for here at Friends and Family Weekend, as both the Trinity women's and Trinity men's soccer teams pouring on the goals against Austin College tonight. It's 5-0. You're watching the Tiger Network. welcome you back here to Paul McGinley Field. We're after a quintuple of first half goals. Trinity retake the field here with some of their usual starters in reserve. An opportunity for a few players as the team is rotated to show what they have here with a healthy advantage on the scoreboard. As they break the huddle, it'll be first-year goalkeeper Joshua Lynch in between the sticks, making his second appearance of the season. Islam and Baker keep their positions in the center of the defense. Einar Gunnlaugsson right back. So I'm looking to see who's out at left back. We'll work on that one. It's Pat Coyle, Tom Whitwell, and Chris Naylor-Gress in midfield. Michael Somerville leads the line with Luke McCauley and Will Powell to either side. Everybody looking for a touch on the ball here after coming into the game fresh. Most everybody except for the center backs in for the first time tonight. Looks like Thorstein Steinerson has kept his place. He's the left back as Trinity play out of pressure here. Lynch to Islam. Naylor-Gress able to keep the ball. Win the throw as well, which he takes quickly. Dropping it off for Islam. Forward for Somerville. He's got 4 goals on the season. I believe he's the only one out there right now for Trinity with a goal. Whitwell's seen plenty of time. Powell as well, who checks short as Baker's caught in possession. It's played forward by Escobar. He's looking wide for Barrios. Trinity clean it up. And Somerville chasing as Rodriguez is forced all the way back to the goalkeeper. Papers blowing everywhere as the wind picks up here in San Antonio. It's a lovely evening after the rain earlier on today. Left the field a little worse for wear. It's brought in the cooler air, which no one is complaining about. Islam making his longest appearance of the season now after making his shortest in the final minute of the TLU victory. He came on after Blanc was forced off with some blood on his uniform and saw out the final 45 seconds to help Trinity to that win. He's getting a little more time out on the field today, although no minute will be more meaningful than that one, as Trinity stayed perfect on the road. Here's Escobar, comes in field, and now Barrios looking to shape to shoot. He's crowded out by Coyle and Powell. And another touch for Joshua Lynch. Splits the pressure, finds Coyle. Pat Coyle from Buckinghamshire, England. Sprays this one out to another first year from across the pond, Jake Baker. Here's a third. Will Powell. He cuts back, finds the fourth. And Tom Whitwell, the British freshman class out there right now for Trinity. It was a freshman, Hunter Kane, and technically a freshman, transfer Michael Meese, doing the damage in the first half. Kane 2 goals and an assist. Meese a goal and a helper. Coyle runs into trouble at the edge of the Austin College area, commits the foul. Coach McGinley with the luxury of rotating pretty much the entire team here to start the second half. All the way back as far as the goalkeeper. He's got obviously eyes on the game 2 o'clock on Sunday against Dallas, but also eyes on the future of the program. So many young players getting minutes, gaining experience. Steinerson heads in the midfield for Whitwell. It's off for Jake Baker. Wanted to lift it into the path of Naylor Gress, who himself hails from London, England. Looking like an English university team out there right now for Trinity. Here's the replay. Some skills for Escobar, ultimately coming to nothing. Nyman to spread the play wide here for Kinley. He's got the pace to get to the end line, puts the ball across, and Islam cleans it up at the near post. Coyle sprays it wide for Powell. Picks it up and now drives into the Austin College half. Heavy touch. Takes him into Teckley. He's beyond Teckley, and he's got a foul. You see Powell tripped up. Free kick coming. Looks like it'll be Pat Coyle. Goes short, finds Naylor Gress in a pocket of space, 25 or so yards from goal. Laid back to Coyle. Might have thought about a shot. Said it's McKaylee who shapes to shoot. Coyle to Baker, off to Islam. So far the Trinity substitutes looking equally as composed in possession. Not quite as prolific in front of goal just yet, as Baker works to keep this one in play. Naylor Gress down the line for Gunnlaugsson. He's been a regular off the Trinity bench this season, right back out of Iceland. He's kept it in play here, and he's won a side of throw. Drawing the applause from the Trinity bench. After being involved in 3 straight battles on the road, back and forth affairs, a couple of late winners, including a second overtime winner from Jacob Galan at University of St. Thomas. Gotta think it feels good to be home, especially for those Trinity starters who did the business in the first half and now get to watch as their teammates go on in the second. Powell on a dribble there. And he gets it back here from the throw. Tries to split the 2 defenders. Really determined to do it here. Will Powell, it's popped up onto the hand of the defender, Spurlock. Nothing he could have done about it from just about half a foot away. Whitwell down the line for Gunnlaugsson, who's flagged for offside. So you see Powell here, he's scooped it up into the arms. Both his and Spurlock as well. Spurlock playing out of the pressure there. It's wide for Daniel Gomez. First year, sends it down the line, but can't keep it in play. Hailing from North Richland Hills, Texas. Former high school teammate of Kyle Nyman, both starting today, coming from Birdville High School. Naylor Gress off to Whitwell. And now Somerville off to the races. He's poked it to Powell to his left. The return now for Somerville. Can't cut back to shoot, but he's one inside a corner. Good build up there. Gress, Powell, and Somerville working it forward down the right. Naylor Gress takes it short. McCallie puts that one ahead of Coyle. He's forced into a sliding tackle as Baker tracks it down at the edge of the area. Wide for Powell. Low cross in. Repelled. Back to the Trinity number 26, who's looked fleet of foot down the right side. The opening 10 minutes of the second half. Got to the end line there, winning a corner. 5 players in white and maroon at the back post here as Naylor Gress lines this one up. Plenty of air underneath it, and it's turned goalwards by Islam. And well saved by Connor Toulis to prevent the Trinity 6th. Islam gets it here for Naylor Gress. Those two nearly combining for the goal moments ago. Back to Baker. Just found space for Islam down the line for Gunnlaugsson. Kinley dispossessed by Gunnlaugsson. He's now gone to ground to try and keep it. And he's whistled for a foul. Can't do that. Dangerous play. Here's the chance from the header. It was actually Somerville. Came across the face of Arman Islam to head it on goal. Coyle keeps that one in play. Excellent control. The all-English midfield 3 cycling through at the moment with Whitwell at the base. Coyle and Naylor Gress ahead. Powell wide for Gunnlaugsson. Well, Powell returns it to his right back. Logan Newman able to go to ground and get a foot on the ball. But his clearance only as far as Jake Baker. Trying to get the ball rolling quickly. Coyle shreds the play wide for Steinerston and now gets it back. Looks for the big switch. Powell's in all kinds of space. Naylor Gress at the edge of the area. Powell couldn't pick him out. And Coyle straight onto it from the goalkeeper's throw. Somerville's all alone. If he went quickly, he's now laid it at the top of the box for Naylor Gress. It's crowded out, and the Roos clear it away. Only as far as Islam as Trinity are first to every ball at the moment. Drop of the shoulder for McCallie. Leaves his man for dead. As Whitwell's got time and space to get his head up, and he's only 30 yards from goal. He's beyond his man. He takes the shot, and as it crept over the line, eventually it's hammered home. I think they'll give it to Whitwell. As you see, he points and he says, "Me? Yes, you." First Trinity goal for Tom Whitwell. It was a great strike. Toulis will wish he did better with it. But for the first year, midfielder hailing from Warwick, England, he won't care how it goes in, as you see it clearly. Number 6 for Trinity comes from the man playing in that position. Number 6, the most defensive midfielder of the bunch, Tom Whitwell, showing his attacking instincts there. And now Naylor Gress has the ball, slots it in behind for Somerville. Tries to lay it off for McCallie. He's kept it alive, getting the body in the way. As McCallie's got a couple of defenders draped on his back. And the Roos smuggle it clear for the moment, only for a moment, as it's back wide with McCallie again. Got back on side. He's onto his right foot. Cross sent in, cleared away. Trinity throw. Tenth appearance for Tom Whitwell. He's had a low light, if you will, the red card against the University of Texas Dallas, and now he's got a highlight. They'll cancel that one out. A goal from long range in conference play. Doesn't get much better than that. As Trinity play here with the pressure off. Naylor Gress wins it back, lays it off for Powell. Naylor Gress, smart dummy, gets it through for Gunnlaugsson, who's on the charge now down the right. And he's around Spurlock, got a foot on the ball. The keeper able to claim. And Cesar Escobar left on the ground here as the clock is stopped. And the training staff onto the field. If you're joining us late, 5 first-half goals for Trinity as Joe Curry opened the scoring in the 7th minute. And also in the 7th minute, Hunter Kane doubled the lead. Connor Jones grabbed a goal off the bench for Hunter Kane, doubled his own tally on the night. Michael Meese got his goal, which, by the way, gives him 8 straight to start his Trinity career. 9 goals in total, scored in all 8 games. The record, according to Coach McGinley, is 9 in a row. And that came from Josh Carr, who I believe he's a Hall of Famer. So that's a good precedent. That was back in 2000. And now Tom Whitwell's got the 6th for Trinity here in the second half. As Trinity rotate the side here after a very successful first 45 minutes. Josh Lynch scoops it wide for Baker down the line for Gunnlaugson. Can't connect with the teammate. Tech leads onto it. Powell. Sweet feet to get past the first. Another strong tackle from Techley, who's had a few tonight. Naylor Gress lofts the ball in behind. Somerville's got to it. Couldn't turn it goalwards, but the idea and the execution, excellent for Naylor Gress. Mistake. Presents the ball to Pat Coyle. Here's Naylor Gress. Powell to his right. He slipped it in behind now for Somerville. Leaves it for Powell. And what a team goal for Trinity. Terrific build-up. Clinical finish. And it's another first. Will Powell scoring for Trinity. And the maroon and white. Por la primera vez. You see Naylor Gress at the heart of things here. He'll get an assist, as will Somerville. Powell will get his first goal. As everybody out on the field right now for Trinity looking very capable. Despite having very few starts across the 11. They look up to the standard that the starters set today, adding 2 to those first 5 goals scored by the regulars. Naylor Gress leads the charge here in the press as the Roos send it down the line, and Baker will watch it over the line. As you can see, Coach Mark Hudson at the left of your screen, a lot to think about. He's an experienced coach. He's seen his team lose here frequently. He's also seen his team win here. In fairness, last time out in 2019. There have been some lopsided scorelines between these two teams over the years, and it looks like a return to form in that respect, as the Tigers have found the offense that they've been missing over the last season or two. In the second half, it's come from a couple first years out of England, Whitwell and Will Powell. Checks short here, wants to get the ball from Baker, who tries to switch the play. Jared Olson, who's onto the field, cleans it up. Takes the place of Whitwell, who you have to say was very effective in his 17-minute outing. Corner coming. Trinity work it short. Powell sends it in. Punched away by the keeper. And Steinerson gets the last touch behind for a goal kick. Trinity averaging over 3 goals a game this year. They've also conceded a goal a game, which is higher than their usual standard. I think you give that up for some of the exciting attacking play that we've seen, and of course for an undefeated record so far. No blemishes, 11-0, and certainly moving to 12-0 tonight. Teckley leaves that one off for Spurlock. Out of play. Last touch off Gomez. Time for Olsen. Back for Arman Islam. Trinity looking to build depth in the center back position with the likes of J.C. Rule out for this season. Golan's moved inside, but getting a look at some further options here in the second half. As Gunlockson gets to the end line and sees his cross blocked behind for a corner. You've also got Peter Blanc, who's started plenty of games over the last 2 seasons. Has also been used recently in midfield. Olsen juggles it past his man, Naylor Gress, towards the back post. Somerville will keep it in near the corner flag. No, he won't, says the referee. Terrific skill from Olsen. Naylor Gress nearly providing the finishing touch. Powell closed down Spurlock. Gets it wide for Gomez. Well worked here by the Roos as Cranover puts it down the line. And Barrios gets to it before it crosses the line. McCallie is the one on the end of the cross, and he dribbles it clear for Trinity, winning the throw. Powell's made the run here. He's got the defender on his back, opposite number 26. It's Gomez. He turns past him with ease. He slips it into the path of Somerville, who's offside. Somerville in search of his 5th goal of the season. He's got his first assist tonight. Olsen slips it in behind now for Naylor Gress. Squares it for Somerville. His shot blazed over the bar. Trinity making the extra pass there, trying to set up their striker. Don't know if he completely expected it. Couldn't take the chance as Austin College make 2 changes in attacking areas, bringing on Garcia and Catchpole. He missed the first half. Louis Catchpole is on a hot streak right now. He scored 5 in his last 4. 4 straight games with a goal. He'll lead the line now, the number 39. He'll be hunting to keep that streak alive here in the second half. As the ball lifted towards Powell. Baker cuts off the passing lane down the right of the Tigers. Powell here tangled up with Crownover. Commits the foul. Noah Crownover, the first year out of Sunnyvale. Ball in towards Garcia. And goes all the way through for Josh Lynch. Just kept goal here. Now for half of a half. Seen a little bit to do with his feet. Not much to do in terms of a save. As wholesale changes coming for Trinity as they go deeper into the bench. Baker can't connect. Powell whistled for a foul here. And it's going to be a whole host of Trinity debuts coming. As you see, Austin College still only mustered up one shot towards the Trinity goal. 13 on target for Trinity in comparison. As someone who follows the team closely, I have to say, even I will be checking the roster regularly when a couple of these new faces come into the game. It's like 7 or 8 changes coming. Somerville got a couple of runners go beyond him here. Somerville fouled. Or rather, commits the foul as Austin College try and go quickly. Surprised to see the decision go against the home team here as everybody tracks back equally perplexed. Techley goes short for Spurlock. Faces him off against one of his former high school mates, and Chris Naylor-Gress got beyond him that time. And the ball now at the top of the box for Catchpole. And that might have been his chance to keep the scoring streak alive. He couldn't take it, and as you can hear, plenty of names being called off. Now for Trinity. Season debut for Nick Kanjar. And we'll just take you through the 11 once they take the field. Looks like Naylor-Gress will keep his place, as well as Olsen in midfield now with Luke Newport. Hayden Fetzer will lead the line with Kyle Davis to his right, Alan McGuire to his left. Armand Islam will play right back with a pair of new center backs on. Miguel Angel Enriquez Lacia alongside Grayson Golgert. Nick Kanjar behind them, the senior out of Houston, Texas, in his first action of the season. Ball lifted in behind here for Fetzer to chase. Showed an eye for goal in his preseason appearance against Carthage. Scored 2 in the final 10 minutes. The only 10 minutes he was on the field. So we'll see if he can find that fire once again. As Golgert coming forward from the back, sends it towards Fetzer. Trinity throw coming. Ty Jarrett on at left back. Finds Fetzer. Chance maybe for Olsen at the top of the box, but it's cleared away. Good touch for Enriquez Lacia. As the Trinity subs are now 2 or 3 rotations deep, and still the Tigers keeping a firm hold on possession. Plenty of debuts, including this man, Miguel Angel Enriquez Lacia. Sprays it wide for Islam, who'd come forward. And Kyle Davis, one of 3 seniors out there right now, commits the foul. Golgert also making his debut, as well as Jarrett. I believe competitive debut for Fetzer. Can't keep it here. But Davis tracks down the loose ball. Kyle Davis back onto it. He's beyond his defender. Shapes up for the shot towards the near post. Can't keep it on frame. Austin Brown and Eduardo Rodriguez in now for the Roos. Next up for the visitors out of Sherman, they'll be at Schreiner on Sunday. 2:30 kickoff for that one. Newport caught wrong side of his man here, trying to battle back. As Crownover lays it back for Gomez. Throw coming now for Trinity. Islam takes it. Down the line for Kyle Davis. Spurlock, the full-blooded challenge. Put that one out of play. Davis, arcing service towards the back post. They make a mess of it. And chance for Ty Jarrett. Who's forward from the back. Couldn't keep it on frame. Naylor Grass forward for Fetzer. Whistled for the foul. Trinity have now used 33 players in this game. 17 in contrast for Austin College. Obviously they don't have the luxury of such a deep bench or being able to play everyone here at home. As McGuire gets it back now from Davis. It's good build up here for the Tigers. And Islam takes the bump. Referee says no foul. Austin College run out of room. Give the possession back to Trinity with the throw. Here's Luke Newport. Olsen, it's an exchange for Naylor Gress. Two Trinity seniors. Davis and Naylor Gress try to work in 1-2. And Naylor Gress to skip past his defender. Laid it at the top of the box for Olsen. So everybody just looks a little unsure about who should be the one to pull the trigger. Now with no Somerville out on the field, he was the one they were looking for prior to the changes. Here's Newport. Reminder, we will have post-game interviews with Coach McGinley and a player of his choice. He'll have plenty to choose from after the conclusion of tonight's game, so stick around for that one. Free kick coming for Trinity. Naylor Gress, the only one back. He's now joined by Jarrett. Everybody else looking to get on the end of this ball. It's sent towards the back post. Nodded across. Offside flag goes up. Austin College have a chance if they go quickly, and they do. It's in behind for Louis Catchpole. Chance to extend the scoring streak, but Kanjar with a strong hand down to his left denies. Huge moment for the senior goalkeeper. Chance spurned for the first-year forward. Trinity mixed up at the back there after their own set piece, left only Naylor Gress back. See Islam doing everything he can to get goal side. But ultimately, it took the goalkeeper's effort to keep the clean sheet. Jarrett stands over this free kick with Golger just behind him. He will go back for Grayson Golger, the 6'4" center back out of Allen High School. Olsen caught in a bad way there. I bounce off the turf. Trinity force it back. And Naylor Gress gets to the loose ball. Loose pass at the back here for Trinity. Tetley is onto it. Garcia wants to help it on. And Golgert gets in the way. He uses his hand to do so. Free kick coming in a dangerous area. Trinity playing with fire a bit here at the back. As you see, sometimes the referee will deem that to be in a natural position. As Golgert sliding, obviously going to catch his own fall. But this time, the ref said it impeded the ball on its way through to a teammate. So free kick coming. Louis Ketchpool and Rodolfo Garcia, who's by far his senior in terms of experience with the team. It's his 43rd appearance for Austin College. Scored his only goal against ETBU earlier this year. Will take the shot low, and again Kanjar alert, diving down towards the near post. Pushes it wide. Two really smart saves. Off the bench, he's been the one called into action the most of the three Trinity keepers tonight. Might have more to do here as the bodies crowd around him, and Crownover raises a hand and whips it in. Goal kick coming for Trinity. As the referee here overruling the linesman. Here is the free kick. Excellent angle to see what Kanjar sees. Not much. He has to get down, sprawled out completely to his left. Ball at his feet now. Enriquez Lacia forward for Islam. And this time Long, looking for Fetzer. Lays it at the feet of Jarrett. We approach the 10-minute mark. Trinity doing most of the damage in the first half. 5 goals before the break, adding 2 here in the second half with wholesale changes to the 11 multiple times. And Naylor Gress has played the whole second half so far. He's looking to get on the end of this. It's poked away by the Roos. Golgert whistled for the fouls. He reached around using his 6'4" frame illegally, according to the official. If you caught the women's game earlier, they were victorious 9-0. And the Trinity men adding 7 tonight so far. Still time to increase the advantage. A season best as Naylor Gress is down the right wing for Trinity. He whips it towards the back post for McGuire, who's offside. So 16 goals in total on the night. The first doubleheader of 2 on this Friends and Family weekend for Trinity Soccer. Golgert first to it, wins the header. McGuire settles it for Olsen. Davis shields it well. Islam back to Enriquez Lacia. Jarrett finds space, coming inside from left back. Naylor Gress whips it in to the danger area. Just needed a touch from Davis. Couldn't get the shot in.
And for the Roos, number 2, Ivan Barrios.
And Ivan Barrios returns for the visitors in place of Crownover. Enriquez Lucia there. Ahead of Catchpole, who's had a couple chances here in the second half. Unable to take one as he lays it back here for Gomez. As it stands, the scoring streak will come to an end for him. He's the first Austin College player to hit 5 goals since Juan Ramirez and Philip Lay back in 2018. They were led offensively in 2019 by Ahmet Ramovic, who didn't return with the team the following year, but he was an All-SCAC honorable mention player and led their late charge that year. They won their last 3 regular season games to make the tournament. As it stands right now, they're going to fall to 0-3 in conference play and be on the outside looking in. And what is a condensed field for SCAC postseason action. Just 4 games, or 4 teams, sorry. 3 games for the men's tournament. That'll take place at TLU. And November 5th and November 7th. Trinity expect themselves to be involved in both games as Newport lays it for McGuire. Takes a shot on the left. Blazes it over the bar on his weaker left foot. As it stands, Trinity came into this game 1 behind Colorado College, who had played an extra in conference play and got a draw. So they're 3-0-1 in the SCAC. Trinity 3-0-0 coming into this game, now 4-0-0. St. Thomas also unbeaten, 2-0. They're on the docket to play next weekend here at Paul McGinley Field in a rematch of a 3-2 overtime success for Trinity earlier this year in Houston. Tough reading down towards the bottom half of the table for the likes of Schreiner, 2-11-1. Centenary, 3-8-1, defending champion Centenary. And Austin College, who after tonight's game will fall to 2-9. Ball doesn't reach Davis. Naylor Gress looking to make amends, forces Gomez back. Fetzer puts the pressure on Spurlock. Islam first to the ball. Fetzer with a good turn. And draws the foul. Austin Brown. Then the Gress went to step over the free kick. Nobody else there to take it, so he'll step back and plays it wide for Jarrett. It's a hopeful ball in. Springs for Jarrett Olson, 30 yards from the Austin College goal. Chance presents itself for McGuire. Great shape on the shot. And I had a great angle to see. It was bending back towards goal. And I think Fetzer's left on the turf in the aftermath. So we're under 5 minutes to go. And the training staff comes onto the field. Fetzer trying to get the shot away himself. McGuire was able to get an effort towards goal, and you can see it's bending back towards the back post. Hearty conversation right now between Islam and Coach McGinley over a drink of water, of course. By far the most minutes of the season for Islam, who's played just about 60 today, including the whole second half. Somerville back in for Fetzer. whose cameo here off the bench is cut short by an injury. Somerville back on the hunt for goal number 5 on the season. It'll be goal number 8 on the night as Naylor Grass tripped up from behind. Cheeky from Kyle Davis. He was tangled up with Garcia after the referee's whistle went. Big target to aim at. 6'4" Grayson Goldgert up from the back. We look at a little bit of what they call afters. Goldgert positions himself furthest at the back post. Naylor Grass whips it towards the near post. Newport tried to help it on. The Rouge clear it away. Somerville, perfect header. Sets it for Goldgert, who doesn't know what he's doing that high up the field. He's got a nosebleed. And he'll track back now as the ball in a scuffle in midfield. Davis dribbles clear. He's got McGuire to his left. He lays it for Alan McGuire, who strikes through the bottom of the ball, taking it over the top. Third shot of this late cameo for Alan McGuire. Can't get one on target right now. Sophomore out of Austin, Texas. Techley draws the contact. And the long ball looking for catch ball. Enriquez Lucia helps it on. Only as far as Barrios. Techley couldn't get past Newport, but the referee says the Trinity sophomore committed the foul. Free kick chance with 2.5 to go. Clock ticking down on a season best performance for the Tigers. And they struck 6 against Colorado College, 6-2 earlier this year, 5-2 on the opening night against Occidental, and 5-2 last time out against Southwestern. As the overhead kick attempt for Garcia. Not the first one we saw at that end tonight. Adji earlier, a little bit closer than that effort. Kanjar takes the goal kick only as far as Garcia. Cleaned up by Olsen. Maybe a late chance for Somerville to get his name on the score sheet. He's got it back to McGuire here. Too far ahead of Olsen. Got a foot on the ball, and Enriquez Lucia regains possession for the Tigers. Davis in for Naylor Grass, who tried to take it on the volley first time. Difficult skill. Couldn't get it on target. As we were under a minute to go. A doubleheader consisting of 16 goals tonight across the 2 games. Austin College sent packing. Spurlock cramping up here. He's put in an honest effort in defeat. And Garcia around Newport. Referee says he commits the foul in doing so. And that should do it. Biggest victory for Trinity since October 20th, 2017.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And they're not even content with that as they look to add the 8th in the final seconds. It was a complete team performance. It was a program victory. 33 players used for Coach Paul McGinley and Coach Carty. 5 goals in the first half for the Tigers. Joe Curry, Hunter Kane twice, Connor Jones, and Michael Meese. Tom Whitwell and Will Powell at the 6th and 7th in the second half. And I'll go track down Coach McGinley and his man of the match while you watch 7 goals go in for the maroon and white. Be right back for the post-game interview. Don't go anywhere. Ryan Figured here, joined pitchside by Coach Paul McGinley and Trinity striker Michael Meese. First, Coach, obviously a terrific team performance today, up and down the roster, everyone involved, everyone scoring goals. What is this like for you as a coach?
Well, at this point of the season, you're hoping things are clicking, and the first 45 minutes, I'm not sure that we put a foot wrong. I mean, we scored some wonder goals, scored some goals from set plays, scored some goals from free play, and really defended well, and had the opportunity then to hold on to possession and to convert 5 chances and 10 shots in the first half. So not a bad ratio.
Yeah, and talk about the depth for your team today, using 33 players in total.
Is that what we did?
Yeah.
That's quite a group of talented players. Training this week has just been fantastic, and it's just been a real enjoyable experience to be where we are at this point in time in the season. And the boys are flying. I mean, it's a great team chemistry, great team spirit, and I think it showed up tonight.
And then for you, Michael, obviously it's been a while since we've seen you. Talk about the comeback from injury.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely taken a toll on my fitness, but it's been great. Every day I wish I was out here, watching us for the centenary game, away on our goalkeeper's couch, for the 3 away games. But it's been good. It's been fun. I'm glad I'm back.
And you're obviously back with a bang. You get another goal. You've scored in all 8 games so far for Trinity, closing in on the record. How does that feel for you as a transfer coming in this season?
Yes, I mean, it feels good. Every game you can score is a good game, so hopefully get one more and tie the record.
Yeah, how about maybe go on and break it?
Yes, why not, right?
Congratulations, guys. Great win tonight, and we'll see you again on Sunday.
Thank you.